No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ignorant Whitey here. So by now we all know that Trump was elected president, and I'm also sure that you've probably seen the barrage of fear-mongering garbage that's being spewed by people who are upset by Trump's victory. Within this heap of garbage, I saw this segment of Full Frontal with Samantha B, which is a comedy news show on TBS, and she was giving her thoughts on Trump's victory. And apparently, according to her, it's white people's fault that Trump was elected.
In the coming days, people will be looking for someone to blame: the pollsters, the strident feminists, the Democratic Party, a vengeful God.
That Hillary was a shitty candidate.
But once you dust for fingerprints, it's pretty clear who ruined America. White people.
White people ruin the country? How? Because they voted on a candidate that you didn't like? Calm down, drama queen. This is how voting works. Sometimes you get what you want, and sometimes the other people get what they want. And stop acting like you know that Trump is going to fuck up the country. You're not a psychic. It just seems like you hope that he does, so that you can say, "Ha ha, told you so." And if we look at those stats, it wasn't 100% of any demographic that was voting for either candidate. It's weird. It's kind of like people are individuals who view the world differently. And the way that you view the world is not based on aspects of your life that you don't get to choose, like skin tone. So if you want to blame somebody for electing Trump, you should blame everybody that voted for him, as well as Hillary. But I think your SJWism won't allow you to blame the black, Hispanic, or Asian people that voted for him, because you yourself are white and therefore would be considered a racist. And we all know the worst insult you can receive is being called a racist.
The Caucasian nation showed up in droves to vote for Trump, so I don't want to hear a goddamn word about black voter turnout. How many times do we expect black people to build our country for us?
What the fuck are you talking about? You just said that the Caucasian nation showed up in droves. So if black people didn't, and it was expected that they would vote for Hillary, then wouldn't their turnout be completely relevant and a factor in why she lost? Not the reason, but just one factor in the multitude of reasons why she lost. I honestly don't get what you're trying to do right here, other than to relegate all blame away from anybody that isn't white. Like I said earlier, you can't blame anyone that isn't at your level or higher in this social hierarchy without being called a bigot or a racist. So I guess you'd rather be called an ignorant shill.
White people, this is the worst thing we've ever... No, I'm sorry, that's a very high bar, but holy shit! And don't try to distance yourself from the bad apples and say, it's not my fault, I didn't vote for him. Hashtag not all white people. Shush, shush, shush!
Oh, good. Now you're blaming every white person, even if they didn't vote for Trump. Go fuck yourself.
If Muslims have to take responsibility for every member of their community, so do we. Oh, that does feel awful.
Individual Muslims are not responsible for the actions of other individual Muslims. If you think it's stupid when people say that every Muslim is responsible for the actions of all the others, then you saying it about white people is just as stupid. It might be even more stupid. I've never understood the attitude of somebody's doing something and it's wrong, so I'm going to turn around and do it myself, but towards somebody else. It just doesn't make any sense.
63% of white men said, if I can't be in charge, burn it down, which surprised exactly no one.
A white man is not in power right now, dumbass. Did you forget that Obama was president? And the attitude of, if I can't be in charge, burn it down, kind of sounds like what the liberals are saying and doing with all their protesting. Stop playing the victim card. It's annoying.
And a majority of white women, faced with the historic choice between the first female president and a vial of weaponized testosterone, said, I'll take option B. I just don't like her.
Yeah, you dumbass white women. How dare you vote for a candidate on the basis of liking them or not? Like, seriously, that was probably one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. Why would anybody vote for a candidate based on what's between their legs? Having an old, dried up, wrinkly coos is pretty irrelevant. And I'm willing to bet that when Hillary lists her achievements, that having a vagina is not on that list. And the women who didn't vote for Hillary did so either because they have a difference in politics, or like you said, just didn't like her. It seems like Samantha Bee is shocked that people aren't a part of the hive mind that they were assigned to at their births. My final thoughts on this subject: Trump didn't win the election because white people. He won because Hillary was a terrible candidate. It's pretty simple. People are sick of corrupt politicians, so it wouldn't be fruitful to vote for somebody who is a known corrupt politician. But that's all I wanted to say about this. I feel like B is a very fitting last name for Samantha to have, since she's a mindless drone that does whatever the hive commands of her. The fear-mongering that her and her fellow drones are peddling is trash that is poisoning the minds of a lot of people who mean well and are just looking to somebody for guidance. And I personally don't have any respect for anybody who takes advantage of people to further their own agenda or to promote a certain narrative. Especially people claiming to be news sources where you should be unbiased and just giving people the news. I know your shtick is satire and you're meant to make jokes, but people are still looking to you for information. Manipulating them is scummy. But if you want to see the rest of the full clip of hers, I wouldn't do it, but I'll link it down in the description just in case you want to. I just don't understand why people think that racism is acceptable as long as it's directed at white people. Like, it seems like it should just be something that's wrong all the way across the board. Oh yeah, it's probably because white people are the devil. I forgot. My bad.
Aaron, get the gun.